Genetics matter, but not in the way that you think. Genuinely ask yourself a question. When was the last time you succeeded in something and you gave credit to your genetics? Last time you did well on a test, maybe you're quite academic. Did you say that you had a really high Q? That's why you did well on the test. When you won a race, if you competed in athletics at school, did you give credit to your genetics then? When you had a good month in your business, did you credit it to your entrepreneurial mindset or having something in your brain that other people don't have? Or did you credit it to the hard work, consistency, and structure that you had up to that point in the success? My point is, with genetics, this means absolutely nothing compared to having a structure, intensity in the gym, and allowing yourself ample recovery. When I was skinny, when I had this physique, people told me I had bad genetics. I almost told myself that I had bad genetics. I told myself I was a hard gainer. I didn't gain muscle easily. My frame didn't allow it. I told myself I had narrow shoulders. Something was wrong with my hormones. Frankly, these were excuses that I told myself that was limiting me. If you believe that genetics matter, then you might as well tell yourself that you have good genetics. Genetics set the starting line, but they do not predict the finishing line. I've met people with all kinds of body shapes, insertions, injuries. They've come from a family history of people who have never even exercised, let alone lifted weights in the gym, and they have built remarkable physiques. In fact, I was the first person in my whole bloodline to lift weights, and I am still proof that you can build a remarkable physique, even though people told me that I wasn't built for lifting. The truth of the matter is that training, recovery, taking care of yourself is a skill. Most people don't come close enough to mastering these skills to even know if they have good or bad genetics. And bear in mind, no matter how terrible your genetics are, you can always improve your current circumstances. So even if you have the best genetics in the world, you should train. And if you have the worst genetics in the world, you should train, because improving your current situation is still worth the payoff either way. Something else I want to add is no matter how bad your genetics are, if you just train consistently for the rest of your life, you are going to have a top 0.01% physique. To grow your business and to maintain your health, you should be dedicating your life at least a couple of hours per week to your health and fitness. So if you stay consistent, then you're going to have an elite physique one day. That might come sooner, it might come later, depending on your genetics, but overall, you'll only find out if you actually try. In my experience personally, I am not very good at bench pressing or any kind of pushing movement. I have very exceptional strength at anything that requires pulling. That's why I have one of the strongest weighted pull-ups in my region. I'm the strongest in my gym by far. I get loads of DMs asking me how to improve. I get DMs asking how to improve shoulder size, improve weighted pull-up strength. These are things that I've stayed consistent at and I am also gifted at. And despite my genetics, I have been able to grow an impressive chest with good pushing strength, even if it's not my significant strong point. For 99% of people who are watching this video, you don't have bad genetics. Your genetics are completely fine and average, but you just don't know how to train, you don't know how to recover, you don't have a structured workout program, you haven't added any weight to the bar, you haven't gained any muscle or lost any fat, you haven't stayed consistent with any routine. Thinking about genetics is just going to tarnish your progress, and I'm going to prove to you in the coming videos, or if you join my webinar, why this is a drop in the ocean compared to the things that you can actually control. If you have a very specific question about genetics that relates to you, something you've seen online, then just DM me on Instagram. I can't wait to see you in the next one. Just remember that the people with the top elite genetics are all on the Mr. Olympia stage, and we do not care about showing up on that stage. If you want to be competitive in life, competitive in your gym, then you can absolutely do this even with bad genetics, just like I have.